It's we saw it used pretty heavily. I think those light gray bars on the red armor are thin enough, so the splash damage actually goes through.
Right.
So the spam is very effective. But both players are ready. We are getting started here in the game. We are gonna be starting from a land-based point of view. Just gonna have to try find some weapons, find some armor. Spotting Newborn there just for a while. Finally getting that rocket launcher.
He's got the upper position at least, but now he's not moving much. Uh-oh. What's up?
Okay, waking up. I don't know what was up with that. That was a bit awkward.
But he's only got rockets right now. He hasn't really been able to pick much away out of the map, and man, getting stuck on that jump pad.
Those
it looks
rockets
like
from
Newborn's
Newborn.
going to be getting his first frag.
Yeah, and he's already in position for this red armor as well. Oh, there's an attack on the item. Gonna be some plasma use. And Newborn going down to those rockets, not going for the jump on the red armor, and that's gonna be... Actually, he's gonna get the red armor afterwards. And Base not going for it.
So next thing to fight for will be that Mega, and it looks like Newborn's already in a decent position for it. Landbased is throwing out some grenades and LG, however, so it's going to be fighting Newborn off at least a little bit. Newborn taking a quick stride over here for the yellow armor, but that ends up keeping the Mega health out of his hands. He's going to be taking a large chunk of that off of Landbased with an immediate rail, but as they come up back on the top of the map, it's any man's game.
Yeah, and right now the red armor is up as well, and it looks like it's gonna be Newborn able to take it. Good rocket there by Landbased, able to deal some on-return damage, always good.
And it looks like Newborn's just on the hunt now. He's got just about everything he needs. Still a lot of time before anything major comes back up. He's going to be on top of the yellow armor at least a little bit, baiting it out, looking for the fight, and he's going to get it. He's going to get dropped down, however, but he's got a nice
look
pop,
at that.
but no lock on Landbased. Landbased getting the opportunity for one more decent rail. Down to 25 health. Newborn is actually kind of on dire straits at this point. As red armor comes back up, it's going to be a risky fight, one that he takes, eating another rail down to 30 health. He's got plenty of armor, but needs to back it up with some help. But Landbased just needs to get a couple more solid hits in order to secure his first frag. Just not going to happen, and Newborn's going to take number 3.
Yeah, back to Newborn's point of view here, and bumping into Landbased very briefly. And I think worth mentioning is, right now, rocket launcher has been nerfed a little bit, so shotgun, on the other hand, is a very strong weapon, and so is the new plasma gun. So we should expect to see those weapons used a lot more than we've seen previously. And look at that grenade from Landbased, getting that frag. 3-2 now.
Well, it's been nerfed in terms of, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's been nerfed in terms of damage, not so much the knockback itself, right?
They did reduce the splash damage radius a lot,
in terms
so
of,
that makes...
the physics push, because one of the great things about Reflex is how easy it is to pop a player up and go for that chain kill with either an LG or a rail.
Yeah, it's a bit harder right now, actually.
Is it?
So,
okay.
So that's why it's not so much use, and getting that splash damage is also harder because of the reduced radius. And look at that, those were some good bolts there by Newborn.
But Newborn's definitely playing with fire right now. He's really taking a few chain frags here, but
wow.
Nice rocket though. But he's going to need to work on his recovery here pretty soon. He can't rocket jump too many more times. Yeah, you have time. You can take.
He could take that 25 and just make it jump.
Yeah, no big deal.
He
should have taken that 25 actually.
Nah, he ignores it completely.
But he's not really doing all that much in terms of getting complete control here. I mean, we still have an opportunity for Landbased to take a few solid ambush hits and take control back from Newborn. We're going to have to see if Landbased is going to be quiet and subtle enough to make that happen. He's taken away the Mega at least, which is still in his hands.
Yeah, what Landbased also needs right now is some armor. Doesn't have pretty much anything, while Newborn coming in with that red, landing a direct, and one more good rocket would be a frag. Some LG there, trying to land that last remaining shot, but actually Landbased already having that 100 health already.
Yeah, Newborn's just asking for these shots now, down to 13 health. He's even lost all of his armor. We have that yellow armor up and taken now. 2 seconds to the red and 10 seconds to the Mega. And Newborn's going to need to decide which way he's going to go. He's going to be making a bit of a push here on the red armor, but coming from down below there, I mean, it's good to attack from, but you don't really want to maybe push through all that easily.
Yeah, but what Newborn does have right now, well, at least that, was position for the Mega health. He could have been able to drop down for the steal there. I'm not completely sure if Newborn is playing with item timers on, since players can disable them if they want to.
Well, he put it in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's an interesting thing. But he's gonna get the steal this time, and right now looking quite good with plenty of yellow armor to work with and plenty of health. And goes for the attack, trying to land those rockets. Finally switching to the ion cannon, and with the last remaining rocket getting that frag.
So the concerning thing right now is how many opportunities Landbased has had to take away that, you know, final 20, 30 points of damage and just hasn't been able to push forward and commit. He's taken some very nice sort of cursory rails, but in terms of realizing, hey, I've got the advantage, this is the time for me to push forward. Reflex is still the game until it gets nerfed more. Reflex is still the game where you kind of need to take those opportunities and use them.
Yeah, it is a very fast-paced game, and when you do get that red armor, such an important weapon in games with a tiered armor system, and especially if you have the mega health as well, you have the massive stack advantage, and you know it. What? That's gonna be a tailor frag there for Landbased. That was not a good, smart position to stand in. Gotta take notes if you want to play this map yourself later on.
I'm not really seeing too many of Landbased's rockets do their thing.
Yeah, you really gotta go for those dyers right now when the splash radius is smaller. It's not like Quake... Okay, interesting rocket jump there. It's not like Quake Wall where you can kind of spam those rockets everywhere and get damaged every time.
Yeah.
With a massive radius and also super fast rockets. Oh, Landbased running out of rockets and only having that burst gun. That's not gonna be very helpful, and Newborn going in with the shotgun chase. Not needing that red armor. Oh, that was a fancy jump.
Yeah, it's not as if Newborn's taking complete control of the map. There are several opportunities here for Landbased to turn things back around. He's got 3 minutes 45 seconds left to do so. He's got 6 frags to pick up, and I still think it's possible, but there's just a fundamental difference in how they're playing this map right now.
Yeah, they're certainly playing a very relaxed game. It's more like they're playing for fun rather than completely.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's a strange concept for me.
There's money on the line. This is esports.
Yeah. Oh, here we get to see some of the plasma in action. And Newborn trying to make a stair jump for that red armor. Cheek try. Not gonna work out. And Landbased getting a frag there. Trying to string up a few more.
So Landbased may be feeling a little bit more comfortable now that he's picked up that one frag. This is going to cause Fleacircus, aka Newborn, to kind of go into hiding a little bit, taking away the yellow armor and just sort of avoiding the fight. We have 7 seconds left towards the red armor, and if he wants to stay here, he's going to be cutting himself out from a lot of useful items until it pops back up. So this is an opportunity for Landbased to do some damage, but holy crap, a direct rocket just as Landbased tries to get in, and now he's essentially got to leave this fight if he wants to hold on to his life at all. But
Yeah,
it looks like he's going to
running out of ammo, that's not going to be
pay
good.
for it. Yeah.
Alright, so 2 minutes 30 seconds left, and I think Newborn had a chance to just go in for the frag right there. Instead, just decided to wait for an item, stay passive. Knowing that your opponent doesn't really have weapons to work with and no armor, that should usually mean that you just gotta chase for it. It's basically a free frag.
And it looks like Fleacircus is doing a fantastic job of sort of resetting to the red armor room. And it's not a very difficult room to defend. You can kind of hang out there for a little bit, but there's just so much more available on the rest of the map that you really need to be, you know, kind of careful with your movement.
Yeah, you really have to. The red armor room used to be a very, very nice spot to just camp because of not having that hole underneath the item. You could defend it very easily. You had the nice high ground with a pillar.
Oof.
And see, here we actually see Newborn using that pillar to his advantage, and the high ground as well. Not really
Yeah, I
able
mean,
to land any
the hole
rockets.
does go both ways. You know, you can throw rails up, but you can also toss some grenades down it as well. So
It is handy.
It's a little bit of a neutral game there.
Certainly brings more depth to the map, I'd say.
Oh, absolutely. Big fight over the Mega right now, but it looks like Fleacircus is not going to get the pickup. He is going to get the better end of the damage at least. And man, one more direct rocket, and that'll put this game on 11-3.
With 1 minute left, I think this is looking like a secure game for Newborn. It looks like my HUD has a small problem with those awards. They seem to be a bit too large. I might have to check that out after this game if there's some obvious fixers. If not, we're just gonna have to roll with it. I mean, that's the thing. When you have the freedom for custom HUDs and all the scripting, that also brings the occasional problems when you have community-made HUDs and things might break a little bit. It might be something that I've done accidentally. It could be anything, but yeah, it's all good.
I mean, if you're from Quake, you're used to things breaking all the time anyway. It's part
Basically.
of the community aspect of things.
Yeah, I mean, I have a quite extensive experience in Quake modding, so yeah, I know what's up.
But there we have it, final 10 seconds, and it looks like with 14-3, Fleacircus, aka Newborn, is going to get at least one round in our Group B here.
You know what he should probably do? He should probably implement his own cheats in the game that only work with a certain Steam ID of yours. So he could really win this tournament for easy money. Wouldn't that be smart? Or maybe take bribes from people who want to win tournaments and then add the cheats for them.
Can I just send him $210 for a material editor?
You can try.